So let's start with the Chris Paddack trade. Chris Paddack traded to Detroit, and I gotta say, it's been extremely healing for me watching the Twins absolutely crush Paddack on 2 separate occasions now. That's been really fun. In return, the Twins received Enrique Jimenez. Now, this was before they acquired Eduardo Tait. Jimenez listed as a catcher first baseman. He's 19, switch hitter, listed at 5'9", 170. Got that low center of gravity you need in a catcher. And you've texted me you've been really on it with him. You texted me and you're like, Jimenez might be a dude.
Mm-hmm.
With all of these guys, right? Let's just get the caveat out the way that it's tiny sample sizes. But this is his first taste of A-ball, 12 games so far, and he's hitting 282, 472, 538 with 3 bombs, walking 26% of the time, striking out 24%, which is tolerable. A 185 WRC plus for a 19-year-old in A-ball. I mean, we've talked about Tait a lot as, one of the 4 youngest players at that level. Jimenez can't be super far off. What do you make of his start and how he's looked so far?
So, what's fun is that when the trade happened, Paddack out, Jimenez in, it was like arguably he's the new best or highest rated catcher in the system.
Yeah.
And so the thing was, it's like he's not overly big. Is he going to catch? He obviously isn't going to play first at 5'9", 170. I would guess that's not accurate.
I'm sure it's not.
And then all of a sudden he starts hitting bombs, and I mean they're the ones that he's hit that I've seen.
Not cheap.
They're not even a little cheap.
Yeah.
And so, he's one of I think 4 catchers on that roster. He's not catching all the time, but he's a switch hitter, which the Twins have not really had a lot of behind the plate. And he's going to be just a step behind Tait the whole way up. So we're probably not talking about 26, right? We're probably not talking about 27. But if you have your future backstops, like Tait, we could be talking about 27. Like right now, I think if you're forecasting into the future, you feel pretty good about having your backstops of the future secured in Tait and Jimenez. And it could, and again, that could go completely sideways because it's not even double A ball for either of these guys.
Right.
But I feel way better about it now than I did 23 days ago.
But not to mention, you also have guys like Zhao and your kind of your class of like hero athletes who are good hitters who also do some catching. And now you've significantly widened the net of like, okay, we have 2 kind of front runners here potentially. And if someone else works out, that's kind of a bonus. The thing I love about Jimenez, dude, and like obviously he'll cool off here. Just it's a good approach, man. Like in 2025, in 60 games, he's walking 15% of the time. Sign me up for that from any dude in the minor league system, and I'm taking it because, especially at a position, of defensive value like catcher, you're giving yourself such a good offensive floor if you walk 13, 14, 15% of the time. He just gets on base, right? And so that lessens the pressure on the bat. Obviously, the catcher defense evaluation is always something that's kind of tricky, but hard not to be encouraged by his start.